A new day. What does it hold? What are you creating? Are you mindful of your creations? A new day, presented to you from the grandness of the universe, just for you. Have you ever pondered that a new day is a gift for you? A gift for all? And yet there are times that ones wake and they wish they would just fall back to sleep, or they don't wish to put their feet on the floor to take a step into the newness of the day. Heavy burdens placed upon one's shoulder, loss and heartache, deep sorrow. And it is true when ones are feeling less than feeling good. The comfort of a sleeping heart is truly soothing to one's soul. In the oneness, in the wholeness, sharing higher consciousness. We speak today about allowing space to feel better than perhaps one feels. And there are endless reasons why ones would not feel good. And all on the different sides of the scale, if you will, from something minor to what ones would think is minor, and to others it's major. And then to something so painful to a heart, it drops ones to their knees in turmoil. When one is grieving the loss of another, one has transitioned into the grand heavens, if you will. We're using very general language. So you have a beautiful, beloved, loved one that has transitioned from physical form to non-physical form, and is dancing among divine creations. And for some, it feels such a pain in one's heart. And in the time of grief, in the time of grieving, we want to share that one's heart will find a way to soothe the soul, to soothe the emptiness, to feel better. And ones will say, how can I feel better? My partner is no longer with me, my wife, my husband, my child, my mother, my father. How could I feel better without their presence, without their laughter, without their smile? How can I get up this day knowing I have lost what I feel to be the best part of me? And we want to share that it is true that ones have left the realm of physical form. But it is great truth, if you will, that one never leaves. It is difficult to understand because the physical form is so tangible. It is so tangible. You hear the words, you hear the laughter. You can hold and hug and embrace. But when ones cross over, if you will, leaving their home of physical form, one's transition into the grandest light and beauty that is beyond comprehension. And in this light and beauty is a love so grand it is eternal expansion. And in this expansion, in the vastness, if you will, in the oneness, in the wholeness, in the higher consciousness, is a place of pure love. We want to say extreme loving light. There are no words that would convey the expansion when one leaves physical form. There are no restrictions. There are no burdens. Only the expansion of loving light. There are no resentments. All is forgiven. And ones in their expansion, in the transition, will be by your side every moment you call upon. Difficult to understand and difficult to know when one doesn't have the tangible evidence, when one cannot see, when one cannot feel, when one cannot experience. Often ones will look at a photo of a past beloved, and that is the tangible memory. And yet, if they understood, if one's truly understood of this expansion, this divine light that caresses all, ones would truly celebrate. Ones would truly celebrate the departure of the beloved. And we want to be careful because ones will say, how can I celebrate? I'm empty, I am lost, I am saddened, I can't move. I am literally on my knees begging and asking the heavens for a sign just to feel my loved one once again. How could they leave me? How could I not be with them? And you are suggesting that I find a place for celebration? And we want to say, yes. Celebrate the oneness. Celebrate the love that is so expansive. Celebrate the eternal light. And when ones truly bring forth the essence of the other in great celebration, oh, miracles do happen. We understand this is a heartfelt dialogue that may create heartache, may create tension, may create anger. One's raising a fist, you don't understand. How can you even utter the words that great loss is a celebration? And how could we not speak the truth? And would ones feel better if they thought that great loss was just that, great loss? Would it not bring peace to a heart knowing that there isn't anything lost? In fact, it is only divine expansion. Only divine expansion. When ones grieve about any one thing, not just one's crossing over, grieving the loss of any one thing, it truly takes time to heal a heart that is grieving. But we want ones to understand the heart that is grieving also holds the healing. It is truth. The heart that is grieving holds the healing. The heart that is so tender and feeling so fragile holds the strength, holds the strength. When ones grieve, the physical body can truly express the grief. Ones will want to go to bed, and they will want to sleep, and they would feel, I don't wish to ever get up. How do I get up? I hurt so much. How do I get up? How do I live my day? How do I look after myself in this state? How do I do it? And we want to share that in the process of grieving, and we're calling it a process because it truly is a journey down a pathway. And ones will say, but I didn't want to go on the pathway. I didn't want to lose my beloved. I feel so empty. My heart hurts so much. I can't move. I don't care if I ever get up. In fact, I just want to be with them. And in those moments of deep grieving is love that is so expansive. It truly is connected and one with the expansion of eternal light. Past loved ones are eternal light, and your loved one becomes, if you will, part of who you are when you hold them in your heart. And it is in that the healing is there. It is present. Allow the grieving process to heal your heart. When ones most think about the vastness and the great heavens, and they think about all their ancestors and all the ones that dance and play among the stars, if you will, there is a deep understanding that love has no boundaries. There is a deep understanding that ones become loving light. And it is through time that ones can feel, bring forth the loving light. So where are we going with all these words to caress a heart that is grieving? We are wanting to express, to share, that when you are feeling the depths of despair about any one thing, ones can feel the loss of another and the other still walking the realm on Mother Earth. A separation, a divorce, the loss of a job, the loss of a beloved pet. And so there are many reasons one would grieve. Ones can grieve over the loss of oneself. Ones will look back and say, what happened? I was so vibrant and passionate and vivacious. I can't even get out of bed in the morning with a smile on my face. What happened to me in my journey called life? What happened? And they feel the loss of themselves. They feel the loss of love, the loss of vibrancy, the loss of joy, the loss of happiness, the loss of faith. And with that, it does become burdened with a grieving heart. But your heart, oh, your heart can expand into the fullness and the oneness with the connection to divine creation. Nurture who you are. Place forgiveness upon all the, we want to say experiences, things that you cannot change, that brings a pained heart. Find forgiveness from within to soothe your own heart, and find forgiveness to others to soothe your own heart. It is not for the other, it is for oneself. How can I forgive my spouse for walking away when they were never meant to walk away? How can I forgive what has been created, the harshness, the loss, the sorrow, the pain? How can I forgive it all when it wasn't to be? How can I forgive my loved one crossing into the heavens when it wasn't their time? When it wasn't meant to be? How does one know what is meant to be and what is not? The grieving process is a process. And allow the emotions to come forth, the emotions of pure sadness. Anger, one may feel, resentment, frustration, pure devastation. And then there are times when ones will find the memory that brings the laughter, that brings tears to one's eyes, because they remember their past loved one making them laugh, or a beautiful experience that they shared together. And in that moment, the grieving stops. In that moment when one finds in the stillness the goodness, the grieving stops for a moment. It is difficult to sift and sort through memories. It allows pain in a heart, and it also allows joy in a heart. We encourage you to find the joyful memories and to hold the joy so close. And we encourage you to forgive all else. We encourage you to forgive perhaps something along the travel that didn't create space for your heart to feel good. Wash away painful memories and only hold on to the ones that bring such joy, that bring such joy. Ones may say, okay, it's time now. It's time to stop grieving. You have to start living. You have to start living. You're not living your life. You are grieving. Start living. And the one that is grieving in the depths of grieving will say, I can't feel the joy of living. I can't feel the joy of any one thing. I am paralyzed with pain. My whole body aches for relief. And in that moment, understand relief is presented. And the relief is presented by your past loved one. For if your loved one was here in physical form, what would they say? They would say, please, please, please open a space of pure love. Please bring joy forth. Please bring your happiness. They would ask, and they would soothe, and they would comfort, and they would shine light. They would hold so dearly and so close and so tender. They would bring so much warmth. And so, it is only of great truth that a past loved one only brings soothing comfort, love, and joy. How could it not be any other way? If a past loved one becomes pure eternal light, how could they not shine pure eternal light upon you to soothe your heart, to comfort your soul? You are never alone. You don't understand. My life is empty. I eat alone. I live alone. I sleep alone. You are never alone. I can't see the next day. I can't get up out of my bed. But you can find stillness, to hear your heart, to open your heart, to allow your loved one to soothe you. Ones would be astounded at how many, if you will, past loved ones and angels, there are many different words, that are here to comfort ones that are in physical form. Ones would be astounded if they could see how many eternal beings visit one that is in the grieving process. And ones would be astounded when they understood, truly could see and feel, in tangible form, if you will, all the eternal love and light that gathers around to hold one and to comfort. But I don't feel them, ones would say. I don't have a sign. I look for a sign. I want my loved one to come and give me a sign, anything. I just want them to know that I am lost without them. And the sign that each one in physical form should look for is the sign of complete knowing that one's beloved is eternal. But you don't understand. I'm looking for a sign. I want to know they have not left me. I want to know they are here. Would your loved one truly leave you? No. They said they would never leave me, but they're not here. But they are here. And we're not trying to convince anyone of anything. We are not trying to change a belief system. What we are wanting is to share that in the grieving process there is such soothing to be found, such comfort to be found, laughter and joy to be found. Loved ones, when they are dancing among the heavens, if you will, become one with the vastness of eternal light, play in the stars, become the warmth of the sun, will always caress your being, will always be by your side. And when you feel better, when you can open your eyes and embrace the new day, ones will be by your side through the sorrow, through the pain, through the heartache, through the loss, and through the joy and the love and the abundance and the cherished moments. Just call upon your loved one. And if ones think of angels, my loved one is now my guardian angel, they know they are. And it is so understandable that ones are so dearly missed. The company, the presence, the essence of, so dearly missed. And yet, the past loved ones will provide the space of fullness to replace the space that feels so empty. Loved ones, in the purest expansion of light and love, can fill your being with the radiant love they are. So if ones are looking for tangible evidence, close your eyes and allow space for ones to, if you will, breathe into your body the eternal love that you already are. Allow the space to be caressed. Allow the space to fill your being. Understand your past loved ones can be your eternal light. Be one with. We understand when ones lose their loved ones. So painful. And we're not trying to create a space to say, well, it is painful, but celebrate anyway. We are saying it is painful. Missing another is painful. But understand, in the emptiness is the fullness of the other to take away your sorrow. Would your loved one not wish to see you dance? Would your loved one want to soothe you and caress you? Of course. When ones are grieving, there is a space of absolute oneness. It has to be there in place. And in the oneness, in the wholeness, in the vastness, in the grand heavens, holds the miracle of eternal light. Your light. The expansion of light from all souls. The expansion of what ones feel are angels and are angels. Find the space to be still, to caress your own being, to be kind and compassionate to oneself, to nurture oneself. And you will discover that you are not alone in the nurturing process. You are not alone in the grieving process. This day, a new day, presented to you. Know in your heart of the eternal expansion of love. Know in your heart that you are part and piece of divine creation, that you are a creation of divine creation. And deeply know in your heart that you are a miracle among all divine miracles, and that you are a miracle creating miracles. And understand, deeply understand, that your departed loved one is a miracle among all miracles. Miracle among all miracles. Each soul, divine, eternal light. There is great love for you.